Good afternoon, traders. Today's the 16th of November. I have to do this video quick because I'm not taking a lunch today. There's too much volume in the markets. We don't get 20-point swings in the E-minis very often, so when it does happen, I take advantage of it. I actually should switch to the E-minis first. Pull up the E-mini chart. Right now, it looks like we have some major support around this 1170 level. We didn't get all the way down there. The low we put in was around this 1172, but the Dow actually caught support at the same time as this, and the Nasdaq led with it. The Russell's been really weak today. The Russell's down about 2%, and that's leading the markets down majority of the indices. Right now I'm long Schlumberger from 84, 72.84, and I'm trying to manage this position. I got long. I noticed I was watching the tape when it started bottoming out here, and they got above this 72.79, which I had. It became resistance, so I actually got long right here with a break of this 50 period moving average, and my target is around 73.22. Some of my winners today, Urban Outfitters. This is where I made the most money today. I caught a point on the open. It opened at around 34.25, and then it hit that high of 36.32. So I caught a clean point, and I was only long 300 shares because there was an 8-cent spread. And it was actually 16 cents right on the open, but I knew that this one was going up. I read the earnings report last night, and everything looked good. And the rest of my money was made right here on TZA. I caught this right at the top because I had the levels of the E-minis. I shorted 900 shares at 22.30, and I covered them all the way down here at 93. Because as you can see, 93 is my level. So that was like over a $300 trade right there in about 30 minutes, not even 20 minutes. Let me switch to crude oil, and crude oil's moving down today. Thank God. I mean, we don't need crude going up, especially now that they're talking about that 15-cent tax at the beginning of the year, which is most likely to occur. But this is just temporary. If we hold this 81-85 level, which I'm pretty sure we're going to, they're going to bounce it right back off. And if you guys trade crude futures, you might want to look to this as a level. I'm actually looking to either get long FAS or short TZA. It looks like the market's bottoming out right here. Let me go over gold real quick. Gold's down huge today. Gold's down about 34 points, the futures we're looking at, and it slipped through this uptrend we had dating back from the past month, and it also slipped through 1343, which was a key level. If gold continues to sell off, I don't know if it could get much below this 1330 level, and that was the 3rd of November. That's where the support's coming from, this 1330 level. So if they hold this, let's look for a move back up to 1343. If they drop it and we start making new lows, we're going to look to 1319 for support. And I'm most likely, if we get all the way down here to our S2 from where we're at right now, around 1314, I believe that there will be some buyers attracted into it right then. But that's just an amazing move. Right here on the 9th, we hit a high of 1424, and now we're trading almost 100 points down in a matter of 7 days. The VIX is looking good right now, pretty bullish on it, and especially if we hold over 49.33, which is our it was a key resistance level, now it's support. We have an ascending 50, even though we're trading under it now. If the market does go down a little more, the VIX will go up. But we opened at 47.90 and 50.40. I don't trade the VIX, but I think I'm going to start. And to me, it just seems a little strange. They did that reverse stock split on the VIX. What was it? Maybe 2 weeks ago at the most. And I remember right before the May flash crash high, because I used to trade FAS every single day, and it was trading like 100, and then it slipped below 100. That's when they came out, and then they did a stock split. And it was a coincidence that it happened right before the flash crash, because that stock would have been brutally hammered. And there's still a lot of restrictions. Maybe your broker won't let you short FAS. I know mine won't. And the reason for that is because the clearinghouse, to clear the orders of some ETFs, it costs them more money. So they'll just make you either pay more for it, or they just won't let it have it available. And that's what was going on with FAS. This is a very manipulated market, guys, but we just have to do our best as short-term traders, and some of you may be long-term, just to do what we're good at. We have to find a system that works for us. Any system works as long as you trade it right. You could have the worst system, but if you're a really good trader, you could use that system to profit. Right now, I'm just basically looking for scalps. My morning trades consist of that opening line, which is the yellow. You see it on my chart every single day. This is my main trade. I look for stocks that beat earnings. I will short stocks if they missed earnings, if there's a lot of volume and it's really attractive in pre-market. But broadly, I like to long a stock that just crushes earnings, and I like to read the full earnings report. So like a stock that reported this morning, for example, Walmart beat on earnings. You see it was up in pre-market. The volume wasn't massive in pre-market. I believe it was about 700,000 shares, but 54.58 all the way up to 55.35. If you guys follow Walmart, people invest in this stock. It's a dividend stock. It's security. It's a multi-billion-dollar franchise. And that's a pretty massive move off the open. And the reason for this is because there's buy stops. So what happens when the big boy traders come in? They say, okay, I'm not going to mess around. Let me go back to Walmart since I'm talking about it. I'm not going to mess around. If it hits, say it opens at 54.59 and they have a level at 54.70, they're going to say if it hits 54.70, that's when my order to buy is going to come in, and it gets them in the trade automatically because they're putting in a lot of volume. DKS, they beat on earnings as well. This was a little fake and go. They ripped it down to our support level at 31.80, and then they went up for the rest of the day. Now we're at 34.08. And look, guys, right where we hit support, look how accurate our levels are. Take note of these. And also, like I tell you guys every time, watch the opening line. And it just so happens that we had another level at 32.39 right there. So that was double support. And that was amazing long right there. If you guys are, I know people that trade just off the 50 period moving average on a 1 and a 5 minute time frame. They don't look at any other time frame. They don't even look at daily charts. They base their trading decisions on volume and stocks that they majorly trade every single day and that have news on them. So I mean, if you would have bought over the 50 on the 1 minute time frame, you would have had a decent move in DICS. Next, we have Saks. I believe Saks numbers were good because they were up in pre-market, but they sold this thing down. Maybe they had a conference call or something, and they said something negative, maybe about forward earnings. I'm not 100%. But look at Abercrombie. Abercrombie was also up, and then they sold off. Now, this could be, since the market did sell off today, that's a reason. And the reason why Urban Outfitters, which I traded this morning, didn't really go down is because the numbers were so good, and that these investors, this is how you know a stock's strong. You need to keep this on your radar. When the E-minis sell off almost 2%, 20 points, and the stock's still up, keep this on your radar because it's strong and it has a lot of money flow coming into it. TJ Maxx reported, and it was a little mixed. I don't know. Let me look at the numbers. Okay, they reported so they missed by 2 cents. I'm not looking at the revenue. After the close, we have ARM, SINA, and I believe we have Jacobs Engineering. They might have reported this morning. Actually, I think they did. Sorry guys, I'm not 100% if they reported or not. And the last thing I want to leave you with is the dollar. I came out bullish on the dollar. What was it? Wednesday of last week. I told you guys if we could hold over the 78 level that I would be bullish. That occurred. 77.81 was the exact level that we were looking for, and we held it. We got a push. We're looking at the 1 hour time frame, and we're bullish. The reason we're bullish is because not only are we above the 79.10, which is a level that you must mark on your charts, but we also have an ascending 50 period moving average. I'm a trader that likes to look at the daily, of course. I look at a few indicators that give me my overall sentiment of the market so I could base my decisions off of it. But when I'm intraday trading, I'm looking majority at a 1 hour time frame. It just gives me enough data. It's not too much. It's short term, and I've found personally that watching this 50 on a 1 hour time frame is one of the most powerful indicators that you could use. So we broke above some key levels, and just keep watching the dollar for a long. If I have some more time, I'm gonna give you guys an update later on about what stocks I ended up trading this afternoon session. But this is the last thing right here. LVS 55.47. I knew that 55 was a level. Anyone knows that looking at a daily time frame. That's where they ran it to. Hedge funds started dumping their positions. Now we have a descending 50. We've ran all the way down. If we get to 46.22 today, which didn't happen earlier because they bounced it off of it, but if it does occur, I'm going to look to play this as a bounce. We're down 240, almost 5% on this stock. So you guys enjoy the rest of your trading day. I hope you make a lot of money. We're going to have a big move in this afternoon session, whether it's to the upside. If we have buyers come in, of course, we're going to have a bigger move because the big players in the pits are going to have to start covering their short positions. But if we go to the downside, downside's limited, probably about 5 points from where we're trading right now. So watch 1170 as support on the E-minis. All right, guys, have a good one.